channel, and you just can't kill it.
So you guys are thinking right now that the game will be taken by EHOME? Judging by your looks at the draft?
I like EHOME's draft better, but I don't think that CDEC is necessarily out of it. Furion can add a lot of chaos to the early game just during the laning phase, and I think that's kind of why they picked it. Because if you look at their support duo of the Rubik and the Shaker, it's low damage, but you can also assist any lane at any given time, and that could be all the edge they need to kind of make it to the mid game, get your split push going, and try to take it from there.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Gods, any last thoughts before we leave you?
I like EHOME's draft a lot better myself. I think the Prophet, as Drask said, this is the X factor. This is the hero that has to get a lot done and just cause all kinds of problems for EHOME. Put them out of their comfort zone, or EHOME are going to take this one, I think.
Well, let's see what happens as we get to go into the games then, as EHOME do have the one-game advantage up against CDEC, and they are one victory away from having a ticket booked for Seattle. And, of course, coming back tomorrow to play the best-of-5 grand final without having to play the best-of-3 beforehand, too, which is another advantage you get from playing this series.
Yeah, wild card for me for EHOME in this game. They're talking a lot about the Prophet, which I definitely agree with.
30 seconds to battle.
Is ROTK going to show up on Darkseer, is my question. His last performance in the tournament was lackluster, I think is fair to say. I think he was really disappointed with his performance in the game as well, so he might really bring his A game for this game. It's also the most important game they've played in the whole tournament, so it's not an easy Darkseer game, I think, in that lane. If they do run a Rubik plus Shaker in that safe lane at some point, then they might just start with a Shaker off lane like I talked about, just Fissure block the first wave and rotate him top. It's really difficult for Darkseer. He can get telekinesis, he gets Fissure blocked off, and he gets killed by Jugger. And you kind of have to skill Iron Shell level 1 on Darkseer. If you skill Surge first, you have no lane pressure.
Yep.
Then you just hold the lane still, and you never get to distort the equilibrium. And he's going to have to do that in order to gain anything from this lane. And it looks like this time around CDEC have learned their lesson about the dual lane off-lane Shaker, at least. This time they're not interested in that. He's quickly moving either to support a little bit in the mid lane from the beginning or to harass the Darkseer. I would personally like to just see him go top right away.
Also to know something else which can end up happening is while they're really trying to get into RTK, he's been picked up, thrown down. Well, the Surge is available. Prophet TP's in, but he got body bopped up by Aggressive. That buys the time for the last two attacks to arrive. And CDEC will spill first blood on ROTK.
And it cost them nothing. And they forced him to skill Surge, which is actually... I think that was... I understand where he was coming from, skilling Surge there. He saw the Rubik and Jugger running in, and he could have maybe just skilled Surge and just run away from the spin after telekinesis, but wasn't ready for the Prophet TP, which I think was actually a really great move here from CDEC to see the opening with porting in.
It's funny though, because EHOME should have known the Prophet had a TP. Those Sentry wards went down, or the Observer wards went down inside the Radiant jungle before, before even the 1 minute mark countdown. And what, they're going to go again? RTK picked up, the Fissure is here, it's going to happen all over again. The Fissure, well, it flies out, I don't know, I'm assuming it's above him, but RTK will salve up and survive. Wait for it, boom!
And he walks through it.
This guy is a genius.
CDEC are not going to be happy about that. That was actually a fairly easy kill. I think the Fissure doesn't even need to stun him. It just needs to block him off. So if they miss that, they can still just run him down above the Fissure, I think. But maybe
this could
just a little bit of
kill.
mistiming.
If he plays this right, you've got 2 minutes, but you've also got the TP available. Lanham's going to come in, the Paralyzing cast to go, follow-up stun, and with the Hex already, so Lanham's already got that level 2. They need more damage, the misses uphill, and none of them missing, and Lanham with the last attack, it's going to be enough. They bring down Prophet, and the RNG just has been prayed to for EHOME. They get the one back, now maybe DDC, he will go down, so Split Earth is able to connect, and they're going in even further here, Shifting, with that Edict going after Lanham, and he's got enough to stun and TP up. Prophet comes in to just at least a little bit of the experience out of this one. The Scream's there and he just survives. Down will also be 60 HP. The Shadow Strike is enough.
He needs to tango. Oh, wow. They weren't sure.
Yeah, they really weren't sure. XZ stopped his deny attack. Yeah. I think he also realized his attack wouldn't have been enough.
He would have denied him for sure. He had 25
sure.
health, I think. Yeah. He could have almost killed him twice with that attack. That didn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Is it a level 1 or a level 2 Shadow Strike? It should be a level 1.
It's level 2. I think
level 2.
So the way they need to keep track of that is after they got the kill, all the kills there, which was a great play again by CDEC with the TPs here, or TP from Prophet, and Blesh landed every single spell there, but after the kill, they actually get to see how much damage the Shadow Strike deals. I think Shiki was bottling up, and he saw the amount of damage he took, and they should have known that they could just deny him. It's a little unfortunate. It's not the end of the world. Quap was dead, so she gets gold but no experience.
Yep.
But still, they could have for sure avoided that, either by, I don't know if he could have made the Tango play. I don't think so. So they did need to deny him there.
Okay.
They can still feel happy about that exchange.
Okay, after this gank to the mid, there's a smoke which wasn't scouted out. He smoked on the high ground, and you've already had the edict being used. The blink away, however, leaves Lanham stranded on the wrong side of the river. The vision will arrive, and he's got no way out of here. The Prophet once again TPing in. Very, like, because he was my thought. He was my next thought. What are we really getting out from this Prophet? He's level 3, but most of this, like, he helped out with the kill on the top, definitely. Gave away his life near the Ancients because he was also scouted out by Witch Doctor that he was trying to stack. And then you've got the other factor, which is the fact that he hasn't spent much time in the bottom lane at all. Most of the levels he's got was received by
Radiant's
moving
middle
around the lanes and being there when the
attack.
last hit happened on the kill.
It's kind of reminding me of some of this
bottom
super
tower
aggression
is under
we've seen
attack.
from Bulldog's Prophet in the
Dire's
past.
structures are fortified.
In this game, playing the teleports are actually rather, it's actually more similar to Ohio at TI3, where it also felt like they just played super aggressive early on with the teleport. And if you can pull it off like this, it's definitely worth it. He isn't even really paying much in the bottom lane. This tower hasn't really taken any damage, even though he's been absent 3 times in a row. He's going to get experience behind the tower now. There's even another wave coming his way, I think, so he's going to get level
Dire's
4.
bottom
But
tower
it's
is
almost
under
5 here.
His lack of presence still means that Gyro is doing
farming.
well in CS.
But he would anyway. That's the thing.
That's true, it's Gyro.
I don't think, like, if Prophet stays in this lane and one of the EHOME supports are down here, Gyro is going to have maybe 3 or 4 CS less. And that is not worth staying for compared to making 3 kills around the map.
Is it worthwhile now for EHOME to try and move with the line and the Witch Doctor again towards the mid, now that Queen of Pain's approaching level 6? So you're going to have, I'm not going to say Sonic Wave, maybe when she hits level 7 and got a little bit more damage up her sleeve. But like looking for a
They
kill
could
on
easily
Shift.
kill Lesh with level 6 Quap. For sure.
But that's still only going to be like a level 3 Scream as opposed to going for the Sonic Wave. Like if we had a double null Talisman, then maybe on the
Wait,
swap.
what? Why didn't he skill ult?
Radiant's
He didn't
top
skill
tower
ult.
is under attack.
Yeah, he's going for the 3-point Scream.
This was the build that most players were using in the past. I want to say a year and a half ago when Quap was played, but Sonic Wave has been buffed in a big way. Way bigger AoE, more damage, even like it was nerfed in damage but turned into pure, and on all levels it still deals more damage now than the old Magic one did.
But the primary reason
So-
for doing that in the past was the fact you just didn't have a mana pool to support the Sonic Wave. That's going to hurt with the call down. They bring down the Prophet. Once again, into the Omni Slash. Lanham helping to take it up. Quickly into the Hex. Aggressive. Has no mana available, but it won't stop him from doing the physical damage. Or like
Haste
lining
again,
strike.
Lesh.
Just his day. As everyone's back though. So you got a Prophet for a line and the Leshrac rotates down. In fact, everyone rotates down. There's no one on top lane from either team.
That's easily worth it for EHOME, this
Radiant's
trade-off.
bottom tower is
In
under
the meantime,
attack.
Quap is farming in the mid.
Prophet came down. Very aggressive CP, but that means he's also very close now. This flat cannon attack coming from the Gyro in the tree. There's no cooldown available, but aggressive got very low because of the attacks that are there. Lamb trying to juke out these trees, staying alive around the town. Not going to happen. The last strike is there from the Prophet, but the cost is high. It's the Leshrac who ended up dying. RTK surging himself forward, trying to find Garda, successful at doing so, backing it back. So he's trying to bring him in range of, okay, there's no mana for a Rocket Barrage by the looks of it. So they just do it the old-fashioned way with just attack, attack, attack. And they bring down the Rubik.
He skilled Vacuum?
Level 1 vacuum.
That's okay. I thought he was going to skill wall, but EHOME rocking the old classic
would have had the
builds.
choice. Like when the Leshrac died, he properly cracked level 6.
Yeah.
So he would have had the choice of, well, I can slow him down and get him in range of the Gyro.
No, he did get the vacuum off, which was great. I'm 100% sure Rubik was dead anyway, and I don't know if he skilled it for that exact kill or not, but
Radiant's middle
regardless,
tower is
he's
under
looking to
I know
level
in the game-
vacuum before wall.
I don't know if it was RTK that actually played the Darkseer in the game that we cast on the Yasha stream, but we did end up having, before we actually got level 2 wall up, we ended up having 3 points up in the vacuum, using it more as a disabler. Actually, it was Energy Pacemaker that were doing it, and they were using it to control, so you actually use it as like a chain stun combo.
Yeah, well, you're saying 3 points in vacuum before level 1 wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the old classic build, right, where you get wall in level 10 and 11. but as of late, with the much better level 1 wall, most Darkseers have started favoring getting that at level 6, or maybe level, well, yeah, I guess level 6 in almost every single case. That's why I'm a little surprised. In some cases, it's definitely better to level up the back for the setup as DDC. Wow, he's actually gonna die. What a nice kill.
He just came to try and deny that route. For nothing else, with the trees being summoned on the high ground, Prophet got the vision, just followed up with the sprout.
That's a highlight right there. It's always funny when Prophet sets up kills like that with Treant blocks. I'm a big fan of like block plays in general. I feel like they're some of the coolest mechanical displays you can do in the game. So that was a pleasure to watch with a little bit of minimum lag, but I can still appreciate it.
Wonderful.
So yeah, Quap did, I believe CTY did skill ult on level 7, because I remember seeing him have it available then. He just cracked 8, so he's doing like a hybrid build. The old Quap build was 2-1-4, and then you got Sonic Wave on level 9, but I just think as of late, the way players lane and how much solo kill potential you have, for me, it's very situational not getting ult level 6. I don't know if it changed anything in this game because I don't think he had any solo kill opening, and maybe that was the idea. I can't go for a kill, I'll just get another point of screen so I can push a bit faster, get the rune, and level 7 I'll just get my ult. So anyway.
At least had that harassment factor. They're going towards the mid. CTY, please wait. 11 HP he was down to. The paralyzing cast going to be there in time, and looks like Nature's Prophet was able to get his attack off.
I think he died to Wrath of Nature, didn't he?
I think the Wrath of Nature connected on him beforehand.
Like,
we were late getting to that, but it was.
Yeah.
I actually believe it was just the last attack that came
was
out
a
from XC.
really important TP then, because else that was a complete waste. He had a regen on Quap that he popped while he died, so that would have been a full HP CTY that might have had the potential to turn if Prophet failed that play. And yep, they get away with it. He's been doing a hell of a lot of work this game on that Nature's Prophet.
Well, is the chaos factor you're asking for, and doing a pretty good job of it. Like initially, I was wondering, like, is it worth it? Like, is he finding the levels? Like, what have you sacrificed on the safe lane? But the Juggernaut and the Gyro are pretty much the same net worth, let alone same CS, with a little bit of an advantage going to the CS of the Gyro. But Leshrac is getting involved in so many kills. The Juggernaut, yeah. CDEC's got a lot of momentum on their course. It's
very important for CDEC actually that this Leshrac gets good farm in the early game, because EHOME's lineup has so much spell burst that if Lesh doesn't get health this game, he just disappears every fight. You finger and Sonic Wave, he's dead if he doesn't have items, right? But he's getting there, so I'm not sure what this staff is for, if he's going to build
Yules or Bloodstone. Yes,
it's probably Yules, it's got to be, right? There's no other. Else it's a weird build-up. If you wanted to get something like, if you wanted to get first, yeah, what else would it? Force Staff is not good.
Smoke's going to break Lana. He's going to get the double stun, but he gets picked up. Perth by Gata. The cooldown's on the way, and the Darkseer Wall's there too. Trying to pack Shinky back into it, in with the Death Ward, but there's so much damage arriving from Aggressive, but is it going to be enough? The Death Ward rips through him. They lose their 2 big calls for the price of a Lion. Witch Doctor got both of them as well.
That was very, very close. Almost got 2 kills. Lesh there with a beautiful stun, but I think he didn't have the confidence to go in with his ult, and I think he had to do it. He was dead anyway. He tried to pull back a little bit, maybe buy time to cast lightning again. He didn't use, that's a good point, he didn't use his double damage or his bottle at all. A little bit surprising. I think he had a shot of that, but let's see it here.
Let's see it again.
So they telekinesis. This sets up for a splitter. I think it hits all 3. That's a really good position. There's the lightning, and then he starts moving back. He gets back into the wall. They're already going on him. If he commits in here, he might be able to kill DDC with a DD rune, or if he hits Gyro once with the DD, it's a kill here for Aggressive in the end. And maybe this fight is different. And Aggressive didn't get ulti off. He used the spin, and not getting off an Omni Slash there cost him a lot. He had 2 potential kills, so a little bit of a misplay from CDEC, but also it's hard to keep calm when you run 2 smokes into each other like that. You know,
yeah.
Just EHOME were better prepared, it seemed.
Yeah. So CDEC were preparing to gank on top of the T1 tower. That's why the supports weren't also 100% there. The only reason why they had space and some time to breathe and think was just because of the Rubik pick. And then Leshrac stun fall off. Like that was perfect. You got the 2 AoE stuns and the only choke point you could have possibly controlled EHOME. But now we'll start to see the effect of EHOME's heroes as they bring down the tier 1 tower. They're also pressuring the top. That's the Queen of Pain who's up there. But CDEC are all over the map. You're playing up against a Nature's Prophet, and there's no real great catch-out for him as well. That's one thing which makes the Prophet even bigger with the farm and levels he's managed to achieve. You don't have a Storm Spirit, you don't have a Clockwork, you don't have these type of heroes that you have to set a trap to find the Nature's Prophet. So if he plays his cards right, he can keep
Dire's top
EHOME
tower is under
always
attack.
guessing if they're going to have a bad trade or not.
Until Crop has an Orchid.
Until Quap has an Orchid.
And
but even then, like you can just go for I'd say the Admiral Bulldog build where you get the Blink Dagger. So the second you think Quap's going to arrive, you get yourself out.
He could play split push. He could play a very hard split push build. It doesn't seem like his approach to the game so far, though.
Yeah, well, actually, what was that build?
Sorry,
So he's actually going to go for the mech build.
Yeah.
So he's here for the CDEC team fight then.
I like it a lot because CDEC's game plan is revolving around peaking in the mid game, and the mech on Prophet, Leshrac getting a couple of core items, and so is Jug. This time he's adapting differently. This is what we talked about in the last game from Aggressive. In that game, he went Mask of Madness into Battle Fury because he had to farm and try to play for late game.
Yep.
This time they're feeling ahead, and he's going to go for the drum, so he's very effective right now. Drum, 4 points in the spin as well, not maxing out the stats for the farming build, but rather just focusing on having the biggest possible impact in team fights around the 20-minute mark. Mech comes out at 14. I guess Lesh will have his item by now. Nope, not yet. It's got to be a Yule.
It kind of,
He almost has it, 400. That makes for a very easy setup for him onto the Quap.
EHOME's checking for Roshan. I thought like they didn't have enough damage. Like they don't have enough survivability to do Roshan quick enough before CDEC would realize it. But it is around the right timing that CDEC could just pop in there.
It's a good smoke, I think.
They just don't find anything with it. It was just worth the check, but it's like they're 30 seconds too early if CDEC just rotate themselves down now.
And they didn't dare going upward after checking the Roche Pit, because they would run up a choke point against Shaker, Rubik, and Juggernaut, and Lashed. It could have been disastrous. I think a lot of other teams there would be like, oh, they're not roached, let's try to look for a pick. But in this situation, I think good decision making from EHOME to not try for that. I think that was horribly wrong.
Is this going to be a Vlad's as well for the Nature's Prophet? Like just start to stack up every single aura that CDEC can get during a team fight, advantage-wise?
It makes him very fragile, but he already has a mech. I wouldn't mind. I think it peaks at the right time, but and a good alternative to it is just going for the standard Necro Book build, which is also very good around the 20 to 25 minutes. So
yeah.
I think Book is better, and then if you really want to Vlad's this game, you could perhaps on Jug. I think that trade-off is better, but
the only reason why I Vlad, like the Ring of Basilis is a standard item anyway for the Prophet in the early game. But it's
CTY's in a really good position if this fight breaks out. They're gonna go back though.
Yeah, he actually doesn't see anything on the other side of the tree line, though. There's all the dire vision. The second he walks out, that dire observer ward that was left behind by CDEC will see it all. And the Corp's not ready to fight either. But he's going to rush him for the Aghanim Scepter on the Queen of Pain. So it's all about team fight for EHOME.
Yeah, it's a special situation for CTY. I think he, as a player, prefers to go Orchid, or I would guess so. He's a pretty aggressive player, and to me it is the best aggressive item you can get on the hero for solo pickoffs, just in general. Great mono regen, so you can farm faster and play aggressively around the enemy jungle.
But with the way EHOME's drafted their lineup, like it's all about the team fight. It's all about winning that one big fight.
I think it's more the way CDEC have drafted theirs, that they're going to force EHOME into a fight, and he wants to make sure that he can hold the line and buy time with the Sonic Wave and have a really big impact from an AoE standpoint rather than single pickoff. And it's also, I don't know if he saw Lesh's build up early and he sees the Yules come out, because then the Orchid's obviously way less effective against him. But it's still a great item against a hero like Shaker or even Juggernaut in this early game. They could prevent him from using Omni Slash. So it has its merits. He gets some tankability out of it, I guess, is an important thing we shouldn't disregard, as CDEC do have a lot of bursts. Maybe he can stay alive through it, but I don't know if this is an Axe game, to be honest.
CDEC are really trying to force something on this top. Like the smokes which they're expanding to try and find openings aren't really finding anything. And now they're going to venture a long way down. They'll see there's a real nice ancient stack here. But are they going to... They don't even want to try and contest this, because then it's really too dangerous for them. Then they're in the choke point up against EHOME.
And they don't have good heroes for it either. Juggernaut is not that good at taking ancient stacks.
Yep.
If you have an Empower or something, then sure, but...
That's done. They can fall with the Hex. That the strike's going to hurt here, but they need more from RTK back. Wall, there's that Yule Scepter sending him up and towards the air, trying to buy some time for Leshrac, still walking back out. The Death Ward doing too much damage, and there's your Sonic Wave kill. Leshrac will end up dropping, and CDEC are getting the hell out of here as quick as they possibly can. Aggressive's already pretty low. Can't run away too quickly because that Shadow Strike is on top of him. Now the Paralyzing Cast into the Finger of Death. Never got the Omni Slash off. And all the rest of TPs will be happening too. So CDEC get the hell out. They lost 2 players though. And they may lose a third inside the river.
They
No,
lost two.
Garda got an invis rune, so he's fine.
They lost 2 cores. That's the worst thing. It's not just 2 heroes. It's I think their 2 highest net worth heroes get killed there. So that's a very big gold swing. 1800 as it was almost 1900.
It was weird for Latrak's position at the start. Like, he walked over the cliffside where he had no vision of what was high.
Yeah, that was very weird angle. Lion in the right place at the right time, and he definitely did not see that coming. They did everything they could to save him. They used healing ward. They used the mech. Good fissure. Still wasn't enough.
But that was also the position of Lanham. Like, Lanham was looking for that before on the top lane. He's just sitting in the tree line right next to the tower. He's always trying to be in that front position where he can catch someone out, so you don't have the abilities from the Latrak.
I'm gonna try to force again. This time there still is a glyph. I imagine EHOME may want to try to hold this if
They've got no Sonic Wave. They've got the cooldown back up again.
Oh, he didn't have Axe yet. That's right. Oh, I was thinking he must have Sonic Wave again really soon, but yeah.
He's still short by 900.
Radiant's top
He's
tower has fallen.
fairly low farm by CTY standards for a 19-minute game.
He's the same as the Lash.
He did die twice though.
Yeah. Lash has died 4 times out of it. And there's just been 2 deaths too. Like, he got his streak up, but the last impacts he's had is death. Twice over. But the Prophet's getting more and more space, and it won't be long before he starts picking up Necro Books, Yule Scepter, setting up for the stun over on DDC, or he has the Restoration, so he's might be a bit longer. The back end of the wall from RTK, it won't hold him there long enough as they just run away. Garda, so quick on the move, but the Rocket Barrage will end up killing him off. But they took the tier 1 tower mid, so Rubik for a Witch Doctor, and you grab the tier 1, which is more money into that Nature's Prophet.
That's good enough for CDEC in that situation. A little bit of an unfortunate overlap for them though. They used telekinesis and then they Yuled. And if Lesh plays that on the telekinesis instead of on the Yule, the kill happens 2 seconds faster. And they might even get out the Rubik. But
is this a Maelstrom going, like, is this push Prophet with Maelstrom?
if you want to play this one,
Yeah, he would have already got it already. And we're 20 minutes in for a minus on a Prophet. It's a little late for him.
let's go Armlet.
Armlet Prophet?
Dire's
definitely
top tower is
Or
under
Maelstrom.
attack.
Maelstrom first.
He's not. I don't think he wants
Yeah,
to raid
it
this early. He's gonna get it just for the farming and for the split push.
The
and then-
problem when you go this, like, you're wondering if he's going to be too weak before. Like, he's got the mech behind him, but still, there's not a lot of life behind you. 1100 up against what EHOME's throwing at you.
He does have the advantage though of if he soaks up a lot of spells, he can buy back teleport.
True.
So he's not your prioritize.
Lanham's already with a blink on him, just jumps in, controls up Garda, the Death Ward will be there. It's only a kill for a Witch Doctor, and it's the first reveal of the Blink Dagger.
But they're still finding what they need on the map. I think
Radiant's top tower
EHOME,
is under
considering
attack.
how the early game was really
Dire's
CDEC
middle
favored, I think
tower
EHOME
is
have
under
pulled it back
attack.
nicely. They're going to be farming this ancient stack now, and they can feel pretty safe about it with Rubik dead. There's not.
This will allow him to
CDEC
finish
wants
up
to contest.
the full SNY for Gyro. Once he's got all the stuff.
Oh, more than that. He's
Yeah.
going to get SNY plus another 500 or 600. I think. Let's see how much he has. These 2 dragons are going to get like 100 something each.
172.
And
186.
So
Radiant's top
S1
tower is
700.
under
That's looking really good here for Yang. He's now more than 1,000 ahead of the Lash.
Once he's got his BKB, what does CDEC even do against him?
Oh, it's still have Omni Slash, but the Prophet's itemization is going to be pretty weak against BKBs. This is where if you have a Necro Book, even though the books obviously can't get the mana drain part against the BKB targets, they're still going to deal more damage than a Maelstrom. It is very cost inefficient if you don't get the chain lines off. Surprise, surprise. So.
Yeah, but the Nature's Prophet, like, maybe we look at this from a different angle, where it's purely avoiding the team
Wait.
fight.
Oh. Okay.
He actually went a full Manta? Was he trying to break though? Because there's no early Orca control from the Prophet. Is he trying to soak up the Omni Knights, the Omni Slash?
It's okay for that. I really don't like Manta on Gyro in general.
They're coming into check Roshan. CDEC's not going to jump this though. Aggressive's making the move, but
Yeah, that's a very weird Manta pickup. I don't really like it. If he didn't want to upgrade, he had I think for the first time ever you'll hear me say I think Sachin Yasha was better, but in my opinion he should have kept the Yasha and go BKB, or he should go Sachin Yasha. I think BKB would have been the best choice. Personally, it's a little bit too late for my taste for an SNY on Gyro, but he could have definitely got it. Manta on Gyro is just so underwhelming. The illusions aren't that strong. They're mega short range. If he had like an Orchid he was up against or something he wanted to break, then you could argue a lot more for it, but in that case you could still get a BKB.
Dire's structures
I don't know.
are
It's
fortified.
it can split push a little bit, but just
That seems to be the only reason. Like you're triggering the man and it's only on 2. It's
Radiant's
was not
middle
useful.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
I don't know. We might see him make a big play with it. This is... I feel like out of all the agility carries in the game, Gyro has got to be one of the worst to get a Manta on. There are just... I'm trying to think of a worse one, and I can't come up with one right now.
well, while you think about it and try to get something very, very happy.
Oh, I gave up.
just give up straight away. Juggernaut's going to get one as well. But he's quite happy with that. So Roshan, EHOME tried to check for it twice, and the one time CDEC do come in for it, EHOME are a little bit too far away, or are they? How quickly can they finish this? The trees are coming out. Roshan's down to 2k of that offbeat, and RNTK looking for the back. To get him up on the cliff side, no, he backs him in, and Prophet as well as the strike already down for the count. You do have that movement up with the Echo Slam, or is it even an Echo Slam? The 10th launch from the high ground, and CDEC are completely dead out, so we see all the abilities which actually were used to kill them, now attacking him. And a triple kill for the Queen of Pain, a Roshan for EHOME, and an Aegis the Immortal into the Queen of Pain as well. Cinderin, give me your precise thoughts in that fight.
That was a great... They won that fight even with cooldown after it. And the cooldown on their
Dire's
own team
bottom
with
tower is under attack.
Well,
Dire's bottom
to be
tower
honest,
is
it's just
fortified.
CDEC took a chance. I don't know if they needed to do it here, to be honest. They went for the play. EHOME were ready for it. They moved in at the right time. The Fissure
Dire's
tried to buy enough time. It didn't
structures
manage.
are
And Darkseer got into a very good position in the pit. He's one of the best heroes at fighting around the pit. So CDEC losing 5 heroes in a Roche when they could have just chosen not to go for it. I think it's a little cocky from them not to try a gank first. If they could have killed a hero with Omni Slash, then they get the Roche more or less for free. But they tried, it didn't work. Now they're really on the back foot.
Yeah. Now.
Dire's top tower is
Oh
under
my
attack.
lord.
Yeah, that's like climbing the Himalayas is difficult, and CDEC are going to start running out of air very, very soon. They need to try and fix this up somehow. You get a PKB over on the Quap with the Ags, like they've got no control, and their damage isn't high enough. Like, the Juggernaut doesn't feel like he's a threat anymore. Like, I almost feel like this Nature's Prophet is the only saving grace for CDEC. He has to be able to keep these side lanes pushed out and make sure that EHOME waste their time at the Aegis worrying about their side lanes, never being able to say, we can go through tier 2s, we can now push into the tier 3 and take base. Stall this game up as long as you possibly can, and then hope Leshrac and Juggernaut together can find enough damage to rip apart EHOME. That's the only way I see this really happening. The Echo Slam with a blink in from the Earthshaker, if he... Okay, he's not at blink yet, but if he can get that, then you've also got potential initiation in from CDEC. And Garda's a great control, great abilities for him. They've still got many ways they can win this game, but they have to slow down EHOME.
It's gonna be difficult though with... Wait, who can solo Prophet right now for EHOME? I guess no one, but any 2 heroes together.
If Quap had an Orchid, it would be possible.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's not going to be long. Like, if Prophet does go for either Manta or BKB, then I'm still to be very concerned because then he can't do a split push.
Yeah, the issue here is if he split pushes, any duo of EHOME heroes can kill him off as Lesh is going to get caught here in the bottom lane. CTY showing off his BKB. They also got the Prophet, and they're going to get Garter.
Wow, okay.
This is very quickly getting completely out of control for CDEC. They lost their way in the game.
I think they've lost their way in this entire series. The first one just seemed a little bit rough. And things were okay in this series until that Roche fight. When they thought they could snipe it out, and it really looked like EHOME was going to get there late, but you see the effect of the Darkseer when you got such a narrow choke point, unless we would have. And then when you had a cooldown on top of it, like, it's so much AoE control. This is what EHOME drafted for. And I kind of said in the drafting phase, one fight wins this for EHOME, or potentially makes a comeback for EHOME.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what ended up happening to CDEC, and they lose all momentum. And look at the Jaro card. The Jaro is rich as hell. It's actually, wait, was that his, is he building a scythe?
Lincoln's?
Is it a Lincoln Sphere?
No, it's CTY's.
It's CTY's, okay. Because I'm just seeing this ultimate orb on him after picking up Manta Style.
He's going to go Scotty. That's a good item
Okay.
there. Or he gets 2 Mantas for style points. But it seems unlikely.
It's the wrong type of style, Sins.
But yeah, just that we're gonna keep coming back to that Roche fight, right? Because it's what decided this game if it turns out CDEC lose it, which at this point in time it definitely does not look good for them.
Yeah.
EHOME's lineup is god tier at fighting in a narrow spot. They have Vacuum, Call Down, Sonic Wave, and even the Earth Spike, which isn't too difficult to land on 2 or 3 heroes in the Rush Pit. So when you make this play as CDEC, you better either have really good vision or get a gank first. And I felt like they had neither. So ultimately they took a chance that they knew was a really high-risk play. And there are times when you go for high-risk plays. You go for a high-risk play if you have no other choice. If you can tell the game is getting out of hand, it's what you do. But they did all right the early game. I don't think they needed to take a chance like that. And like you said, they got a really good Vacuum. I think they got a decent wall, Call Down, Sonic Wave. The whole package just got dropped on them. And if that happens, they have no response. They are super good at skirmishes, though. Their lineup is great for just picking off targets and playing around with the Prophet like they did early. But when it comes to these organized team fights, they
And they're changing it up now. They're changing into a farm build as we just had script flagging. That Juggernaut's now going in for the Battle Fury. So he's just looking to farm and push as quick as he possibly for the tier 2 tower on that top lane. Hey, I'm sorry. Obviously, we needed a better quality.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Connect
top
to the
tower
servers.
is under attack.
There's actually
Worthy tribute.
no, there's nothing to do about it from our end, which it sucks. Like, we would love to fix this, of course, but we can't really do anything.
Yeah,
we're at the mercy of the server. Sometimes you get dealt a good hand, sometimes you don't. And
We've had a fairly decent hand throughout the group stages, though.
Oh yeah, it's in the past it's been a lot worse than this.
Yeah. Well, we come back in, and all of a sudden, magic has been done.
This is looking pretty good for now.
Yeah, we're actually moving forward, and not lagging. Wonderful. But damn, you got a Blink Dagger and RTK as well as Lanham. I don't know how CDEC's meant to get a better positioning during their team fight. Like, what Prof is doing right now is, it still feels like, I kind of want to refer to the Admiral Bulldog Prophet with the Blink Dagger as well as the Maelstrom, where you come in, you summon some trees, you push the waves until you feel slightly comfortable, and then blink back into some tree which is protecting you, and TP to a different lane, do the same again. Even if you have to jump into a tree line halfway down your lane, summon the trees, and the creep wave's already the full way down your lane, and just let them push for like 10-15 seconds, that's still worth it as long as you stay alive.
Yeah, they have to cut waves. I agree.
Yeah.
With the Prophet, just do your best to get a push out. Even if you need to play super safe, it's better than trying to farm your jungle, because you're not going to have your jungle right now. Right now, he's got information.
Yeah, there's an ancient stack right now with aggressive trying to take it from EHOME. He can actually solo RTK, but he's got a level 2. It looks like the Sonic Wave. They're going to take out the Leshrac, who was inside the Dire jungle. But that battle is still like going to and fro back in the mid. Nah, it's just going to be a TP out. But you've just lost a huge source of damage. And once you get to return, you've got a Battle Fury for the Jugger.
Yeah. RTK has got a Shiva's Guard as well. It's going to be very, very useful from the Darkseer. Because the way it looks right now in these fights... Oh, wow. All right, Lanham.
We're going to watch the buybacks. We've really got to watch the buybacks right now from CDEC. And yeah, Earthshaker's the only one with it. And he's got... Maybe he can sell some stuff and get that Blink Dagger. I don't think he's at that point just yet. But he might have enough cash. He'd have to sell one of his Arcane Boosts to get the Blink Dagger. It might be worth it.
I think so too. You're not getting a second chance if you give these barracks away.
Yep. Well, there's your little lightning proc, but that's not saving it. The tier 3 tower's already gone. That melee rack's down to a quarter of its life, and you got nothing else. Leshrac spawns up in 1 second time, and the Juggernaut moves in. They got the crown to pick up. It's going to be the throwback over on CTY into the dead wall. The back of the wall, and the huge damage. That hurts. The flag cannon was on. I just think CDEC have just been knocked out. Yeah, they have. It is GG. CDEC will drop to the lower bracket final, and EHOME will be attending TI. In what capacity, we'll find out tomorrow, but that was a 2-0 convincing win for EHOME at the end. At the end, CDEC still looked like they had some kind of flair at the start of game 2.
Yeah, they got outclassed today. That's 100% sure.
Let's watch that again.
This is pretty scary.
It's the damage which comes at this point. You throw down the call down, and when the VAC, the jump in from ROTK...